This is an end range shoulder external rotation strength exercise. So external rotation is this movement of our shoulder. So we are thinking about our humerus spinning backwards. Depending on what position you're in, it's still gonna look the same because the movement's coming from the shoulder. At the end range position, we are going to place our shoulders towards their end range, and we are gonna work on that last little few degrees of range of motion to gain access to them and talk to our muscles in that position specifically. So for this exercise, you're going to need a yoga block or some textbooks depending on your level. We'll show you the easier level first, and then I will show you how to make it harder. What we are looking for is the ability to barely move. If it is too easy, you will be able to move a ton, and then we are getting into more mid-range strength, which you're gonna need more load for that. So the exercise to set up, you're going to come on your stomach. You're gonna want, for the beginner's level, for your hand to be on the ground, you're gonna want your forehead down like so, but I am going to talk to you, so I'm not gonna do that. Then we want our elbow at 90 degrees straight out away from our shoulder. Now the actual exercise, what we are thinking about doing is finding all of these muscles in the back of the shoulder. So you're thinking about lifting your wrist up, not pushing the elbow down, not lifting it up, leaving the elbow where it is, and just lifting the wrist up. You should feel the back of your shoulder muscles engage and start working. Now, if you can clear the ground several inches like I just did, you're gonna wanna make this harder. So this is where we add a yoga block or textbooks. You wanna make sure that the arm is not in too close or too far away. Keep it at 90 degrees. Then we're gonna do the same thing and lift off there. Now, we also wanna make sure a couple things are not happening. We are not elevating our shoulder blade towards our ear. That is not the movement we are training. We also wanna make sure we're not lifting our wrist. That is also not the movement we're training. We're training the shoulder only, so we want to reduce compensations. Now, if that was too easy, you just go higher. And then we can also go higher even from there, but your elbow needs to stay on the ground. Once you can do that and clear those ranges, you're probably ready to add additional load. So the idea for this exercise is to find the position where you can clear it maybe enough to get a piece of paper under your hand. So it should be very, very difficult for you to do this. If you feel cramping, you want to flirt with the cramping, push through it a little, but not too much. It should go away as you practice these regularly, and then you're gonna want to slowly think about floating your arm up, holding for the prescribed amount of time, typically 3 to 5 seconds, and then floating or parachuting that arm back down. That way you are controlling every ounce of the movement, and we aren't using a bunch of momentum and end up relying on a bunch of other places that are compensating. So make sure you perform them if they're in your program for the prescribed amount of time. If you feel any pinching in the back of the shoulder or top of the shoulder, this exercise is probably not appropriate for you, or you need a different position. So we definitely want to avoid that, but cramping and some burning in the shoulder is totally fine. That just means the muscles are doing what they need to. And over time, as you practice consistently, it should get better.